Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, God, let me mute that. Hearing you multiple times.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Hearing you once is bad enough.
That's what I keep saying. That automates the thingy to automate the thingy to there.
The auto thingy?
Yeah, the auto thingy. Okay, so what are you outputting? I have to look at your panel to see what you're outputting. You're outputting plates. So plates go into a thingy, which then goes into a machine. Sure. Which then is gonna make mechanical parts, yep. Which are then gonna output onto a thingy, then input into a thingy, into another one of the doohickeys, which will then make a science pack, which will then output into a lab, which will, I need another output input. Eight. So you go there. You go there, two there, two there, two there.
And Hugo there?
No, Hugo does not go there. And you go there. Input content. Press button. Cool. Input button. Okay. And then I need another thingy. And then a shit ton of belt. Oh my god. Other crafty thing. Cool. The game has Z-level hills. No, World War Z didn't have hills, they had zombies. Entirely different game. Well. Oh, floaty belt is perfectly fine.
Ooh, I just found purple dots on the ground.
Don't put things you find on the ground in your mouth?
Alien artifacts. They're kind of pink.
Huh?
Huh? What do you mean, huh?
Where did you find alien artifacts?
On the ground. Just wandering around a map, and I found alien artifacts on the ground. This is in Factorio, by the way.
Is not Factorio.
Oh, it's Factorio.
Okay. Turns out you need to be built on grounds. Okay. Go away. Do you now make science?
Do you know what happens when you're in old versions of Factorio?
Oh, you press buttons and then you...
And things don't happen. Or
Yeah.
unexpected things happen.
Yeah, and you look at something, and you're like, oh, that looks ghastly. And you're like, oh no, that's just how it was back then.
I just instinctively went Control C and just shot something.
Oh! Oh! Yes. Okay, so sticky things come here, and then sticky things go into the machine. Which is not on foundation. Fine. Foundation for you too. Here, you happy now? Okay, sticky things go in there. You make science pack.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh.
You can't just click on the map to tell the train to go somewhere. You got to actually find the station on the map and then include it in the train orders and then tell it to go there. How do we ever live like this?
But couldn't you? You could search for the station name, couldn't you?
No. This is before station name searching was a thing.
Oh boy. Is this game out now? Daniel the Sheep? No.
There's a demo, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. There's a demo right now as part of Next Fest.
There's a demo for Dungeons 4 as well.
Dungeons 4? What's Dungeons 4?
It's the sequel to Dungeons 3.
Oh, Mojo. Provide me a better answer. A more helpful answer.
It's the Dungeon series is the... It's what Dungeon Keeper wishes it was. It's kind of a not very serious RTS game where you build a dungeon, recruit creatures, fight heroes on the overworld.
Okay, and you're saying Dungeons 4 has a
demo.
A demo.
It's got the narrated by the same guy that narrated the Stan Lee parable.
Never played that. Dungeons 4.
Stand by my original statement that it is what Dungeon Keeper wishes it was.
Dungeons 4.
Rather than a spiritual successor. Oh, what's being eaten now? What's up with that?
It feels very Warcraft 3.
It kinda. I mean, it's got very much the overworld. On the surface, it's very much a MOBA style game. You say you have your hero and then your main minions, and then the minion. As it turns out, in Dungeons 4, the minions can then summon little minions to support them. That's what I learned in the demo. There you have your little squad, and you go around taking on heroes, little clusters of heroes, conquering outposts and things, and yeah, all your usual RTS-y things.
And Dungeon Keeper doesn't have the overworld thing?
Not that I remember. At least not the first one.
Dungeons 4.
Comes out real soon.
Yes.
Hang on.
I wouldn't say it's the greatest. The Dungeon series is the greatest thing of all time. It's at least it's good. It's generally good.
No overworld in Dungeon Keeper nor in Dungeon Keeper 2. See, that's what I remember. Yeah. Okay, it's another one by the German Bundestage. They've done a lot of games,
Apparently, it's made in Unity as well.
Huh?
Dungeons 4. Because when I opened up the demo, the Unity thing came up.
Okay.
It was interesting. It's only interesting to me because Dungeons 3, despite coming out, I think, in 2014 or 2015 or something, the character models look very mid-2000s.
Okay.
Like, it's pre-hair and cloth physics sort of time. So the character models are really stiff and plastic. which is something you only really saw like 2005 or earlier.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to comment specifically if there was an overworld in Dungeon Keeper 2 because I'd never really played Dungeon Keeper 2.
Dungeon Keeper
1...
I've never played the Dungeon Keeper series, but I meant to. And from the sounds of it, 1 and 2 were the ones I looked at, not Dungeons.
Yeah. I mean, in Dungeon Keeper, you're hiring critters as well. You build barracks for them. You build a chicken coop for them. Whereas in Dungeons, you build the different barracks for the different factions.
Dungeon Keeper 2 felt like a cheap knockoff from Dungeon Keeper 1. I didn't get very far before I gave up. Okay.
It's also very... The gameplay loop is very one-dimensional in Dungeon Keeper.
Library. That one. That comes out 4 weeks.
Dungeon Master?
Yeah, it's more... Theme Hospital.
Another game that wishes it was something else.
Okay, that doesn't help.
Venturing in.
Two Point Hospital is what Team Hospital wishes it was.
Oh, it's made by the same people.
Talking elite. The dungeon
Sort of.
is feared throughout the lands of Fang. It is an avant-garde
If I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's the same people, different company, but
and it's looking for its new
Oh yeah, it is
steward.
actually the same
Of course,
people.
we
Yep.
have the most trained and prepared guards.
It's the same thing with Theme Hospital, is that once you get into the gameplay loop, there's really nothing there.
yes.
Wait, we're on camera? But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processing, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings, employees, can fully express themselves.
So what is the
thanks
loop
to
with this
our
game?
HR management and peaceful social dialogue.
Speaking of game
And
loops.
enjoy the use of clean, safe
So you're building a
premises.
dungeon.
You're building a dungeon.
That, or you'll be the one
And then
cutting
heroes-
the floor.
Heroes do two things. One, they come and visit your tavern to make money, and also they'll adventure through your dungeon to try and
Okay.
get to the loot.
Achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes.
Hang on,
You'll
this
also
sounds
organize
very
raids in
familiar.
Nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the land.
There was another game that basically did the same thing, and it didn't go anywhere. I wonder if it's made by the same people. I mean, it doesn't look like it's made by the same people.
And enjoy a positive work atmosphere. Take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
So yes, this one I played the demo a while back. It was interesting. I enjoyed it.
It does sound kind of interesting. I think it's at the very least
Evil
that
Genius
same...
2? Yes. Yes, it's like Evil Genius 2. Except the agents in Evil Genius 2 didn't come visit your bar and get drunk. Dungeon Overlord! Oh, actually, that's maybe one I bought.
Villain, that's it.
Dungeon Overseer?
Villain.
Dungeon
You build a
Overseer.
house to spooky visitors, but it's kind of dumb. The whole forcing people to come in that you then scare and spook in a spooky house is very contrived, and that's where it falls apart. It's basically like RimWorld plus traps and a bit of that whole Evil Genius kind of thing, and it just doesn't work.
Oh my god, that's recycled graphics with recycled audio.
Oh dear. So yeah, the what was that other game?
Okay, this was free at least.
Thing now.
War for the Overlord was another dungeon style game I enjoyed.
Yeah, Dungeon Master sounds like it's doing the idea of Villain, but just better all around.
That's the one I bought. Which I've yet to play.
It is time, Underlord. Your dungeon yearns to be rebuilt, and the minions of
Yes.
Deep all long for blood to be spilt once again. While you were gone, The underworld has become soft and weak, and the empire that dominates the surface has grown more powerful than ever before. It is time for you to once again take up the reins of evil and carve out your subterranean domain. And once you have created the dungeon of your most fevered dreams and filled its halls with the bloodthirsty creatures of your calling, you can rally your minions forth to challenge the Empire, who naively think that this realm is theirs alone to command. And when the last of their kind has fallen to your machine of war, well, there's always more to conquer. The time has come, Underlord. Arise once more and prepare to begin your war for the overworld.
Yep.
I really need to replace this PC.
No,
Just hard reset again.
your current PC or the other one you're using for other stupid things?
Current PC.
What did you do to it?
Ah. I mean, it has been run.
Oh no, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, he's back.
There it is. The clock went. Yeah, it's been running a very heavy overclock for a very long time. It's been running at 4.6, 4.7, when it's supposed to only run at 3.7. And it's been doing that since like 2018.
Maybe clock it back to default clocks.
How about 4.5, 4.4?
Maybe start with default, work your way back up to 4.5, 4.4.
I mean, the 8700K, a lot of people did delid it and go over 5.
Did you delete yours?
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, see my point?
It's like 100 watts of power, like days of doing all the delidding and all that crap, just for a few hundred megahertz.
Yep, I agree.
Waste of time.
No, I sanded a CPU once. That's as far as I went.
Seems like that would be worse.
It was
it like 5,000 grit sandpaper or something?
It was a Q6600.
That doesn't even need anything.
No. Oh. No. No, because that's when we went to the Core 2 chips. No, it was prior to that.
Core 2. That was a quad core.
It was
of the Core 2.
It was a Prescott. Which one's Prescott?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Say no more.
It's a Pentium 4. I know it's a Pentium 4.
Yeah, Prescott was late Pentium 4. Prescotts were space heaters.
It was a Prescott, 90mm, with hyperthreading, yeah. Socket 478, yep.
Yep, 478.
Uh,
It would have been one of the 2005 ones.
Child was
it's only
born.
90 nanometer.
Child was born in that year. So it's late Prescott. Kensfield. Yeah, no, this was Prescott. Prescott.
I think that's the code name
The
for it.
Q600 is legendary. I actually have mine still. I have mine still too. I'm meaning to put a drill bit through the corner and then put it on my keychain. Prescott. 800 frontside bus, hyperthreading.
That's a word you don't hear anymore, frontside bus.
It wasn't an Extreme Edition. I want to say it was 3.2 gigahertz.
Yeah, it probably would be. That would have been
List of
the
Intel
fastest and
Pentium
last.
4 processors. That's what I want. Pentium 4 Northwood.
Because I had the Northwood 3.06, and I believe the Prescotts went up to 3.2.
So they started at 2.8 and went to 3.4, 3.6, 3.8. So it was
it actually went to 3.8.
It was a 3.4 Prescott. What's that? Multiplier, frontside bus, L2 cache didn't change. And it was probably the E variant. Feb 2004 was the release date. That's LGA 775. So that's land grid array.
LGA 775? Oh, okay.
So it would have been... No, actually it would have been probably the 3.6. Because I was happy to sand it because it was LGA. Which makes it so much easier to sand because there's no pin sticking up. It says late 2004, early 2005. Arc Intel, the other Arc Intel. That's for the Q6600. Yep. TDP, 105 watts. TDP for this, 115 watts. The difference is the heat sinks they had back then sucked balls. Absolutely were horrible. Yep, so this was my CPU. And, yes. Yes.
Aha. Dump file creation failed due to error during dump creation.
Oh, that's perfect.
Just what you want.
Let's try that. Heat sink.
Also, how do we get onto this? This is the distractor of the century.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. That was the heatsink. That was the heatsink.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty... Looks like a standard Pentium 4 one.
That was the 478 heatsink. There was a slightly better one for the 775, but not much better.
Was the twin levers on the side?
Oh, yes, it did have, yeah.
Yeah. There were a few different variants, but they're all basically the same. They were actually good heatsinks compared to AMD at the time.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because this one, the Pentium 4
$29. You can buy them for $29.
That seems pricey.
775. Yep, that's the 775 variant.
The historic moment when, can you believe Tom's Hardware is that old? But when they did the liquid nitrogen P4.
What?
They cooled a Pentium 4 with liquid nitrogen, and then they had a refrigeration compressor as well on like the chipset. Like it was the first really videoed, publicized cryo overclock. I think it was 5 gigahertz. I do have the original video somewhere.
Okay, Fox, you've linked. Okay, which one am I meant to look at? Because there's lots of them. Actually, there's only 2.
What is the dev tracker thing?
It tracks every single post they do in Reddit.
Oh, okay.
I like everything except for the remote deconstruction. For some reason, I have a tendency to right-click randomly, and even though there's an undo feature, I don't like the idea of randomly deconstructing this stuff. It takes a bit of time to do them on the first thing. but after that, it's instant prevent exactly this problem. Okay, so they've got somebody else in the dev team that accidentally right-clicks. We're talking about first PCs or best PCs. So, Mojo refrigeration. There was a company that sold Aerocool or something like that.
There you go.
Sold a refrigeration unit that would sit underneath your case.
I think I remember that. There was a few of those because I remember there was also a evaporative cooler you could get for for 2 or 3 5 1/4 bays as well.
I don't remember that. Okay, what's this video?
But yeah, I remember the thing that you sat your computer on top of it.
Yeah, what's this video? This is the 5 gigahertz project. Oh, this was the first attempt to hit 5 gigahertz by a news outlet. Yes, this wasn't extreme overclocking. This was. It's been done enough times that a news outlet is happy to give this a go, and are reasonably confident they can do it, using thermal paste that resembles toothpaste.
That's all thermal paste is.
Yeah, but less gritty. What
toothpaste are you using? It shouldn't be gritty.
Toothpaste has grit in it. That's the whole point. That's how they attempt to whiten your teeth, with grit.
Yes, it
very fine grit.
Enamel.
Oh, on the North Bridge? South Bridge. That's North Bridge, right?
That's North Bridge.
Yeah, that'd be North
This
Bridge.
is before North Bridge went inside the processor.
Was it the North Bridge that went in?
Cable ties are great for mounting. This is the best you could buy at the time then.
And also, this is back in the day where you had to update... You had to update the front side bus to get overclocks.
Yes. You had to do it all by hand.
Does this have audio?
It should.
I don't know. It's at 3%. It's guaranteed to get copyrighted.
Probably.
So no, we're not talking about first PCs. This is far from my first PC. This was the PC that I probably put the most effort, not into overclocking, just to making sure it was something that I could sit beside. It's a little bit of heat, reducing the heat to get the speed up. No, in my case, I just want to be able to sit beside it. The CPU fan, it's a 60mm fan running at 5,000 RPM. It was not fun.
It's like every AMD system from back then. They used to absolutely roar.
Yeah. Yeah.
1.88 volts. It's kind of funny how 1.2 was like enough to absolutely fry the processor, and then back then these were in the 2-3 volt range. The average CPU.
5.1, 5.2. First property was Leisure Combo of a P2 350 MHz of 433 overclock, 256 RAM, a Riva TNT 2 graphics card with 32 mega VRAM.
The graphics card plug with the power plug on it, just a standard hard drive. It's before 6 pins.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. They showed the shattering at the end. Yeah.
I don't know if you see the credits on the later versions of it.
Probably not.
'Cause this is the original.
So my first PC was a Cyrex 666.6. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. Shit.
Which ran at 25 megahertz or something.
No, it ran at 666.
66.67 megahertz probably.
Well, technically a 66.6 repeater because it was at a
Yeah, it's
133
the
bus.
The base crystal runs at a really stupid frequency.
And actually, it was before that. That was an upgrade. I think I started at 433. Again, a Cyrex. Because it was just a cheaper version of a Celeron.
And they weren't bad until the Pentium 2s came along.
Yeah, so that was my
Or
first
Pentium
PC.
3s, actually.
My first PC, which mine didn't last longer because it went from a 433 to a 466 to a 533 to a 566 to a Intel 1.2-ish, then a 1.8, then a 1. Then a 2.4, then a 2.8.
This all happened within the space of 6 months.
No, a couple of years.
I think it was like 500 megahertz was like 98, and then
Oh, we doubled. We doubled it with 12
yeah, it
months.
doubled every 6 months.
Yeah.
Basically, and it was like by 2002 you're at over 2 gigahertz.
Yeah, AMD brought out something that was comparable, and then Intel basically said, oh, the next like 3 years of development that we've already got worked out, we're just going to move the schedule up so that AMD's blown out of the water again. And then they got to... So then Intel went dual core, and then the Core 2 Duo, and then just stagnated because AMD had nothing to compete. What's this? Oh, that's Muppet. Yeah, okay. It's making clips. My first Cyrex was just a maths coprocessor for my main CPU. That's old. That's really old. A coprocessor. Wow.
386 territory.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there was coprocessors for the 486. There might have been
think
a
there
cache one.
was.
I just don't remember ever seeing a board with a socket.
8086 had them. Yeah. The 8088 coprocessor.
I think you're missing the numbers slightly there.
Which number? Technically, GPU is a coprocessor. This is true. All right. Yeah, I went through machines left, right, and center. Because I was working in
Money
IT.
to burn.
I was working in IT.
Ah, that does it too, yes.
I was working in IT.
You
It's
just
like
accumulate crap.
no. It wasn't that. I was working in sales of computers. So if I had a CPU and it's only 3 months old, and a new one comes out, well, I just take mine and put it back into stock, and I put the new one in my PC, and I just pay the difference. And then 3 months later, oh, new one comes. Yep, put that in, and the old one goes back into stock. Because here in Australia, like a CPU has 3 years worth of warranty. One, Intel CPUs don't die after 3 years, so who cares? But on top of that, it's 3 months from the date that I sold it. But then my distributor has like I've got 3 years from the date I sold it. My distributor has 3 years and 3 months from the date that they sold it to me. And then they're getting it from Intel, which is going to give them 3 years, 6 months. Actually, no, Intel's probably going to give them a hard 3 years. And they got to cover the extra 3 months. All right. So there was always slack, right? 8086 was pre-8286. It was pre-286.
It's
We dropped the 80 by then.
8086 is the... It wasn't... it's different. It's different enough. It's not... So you're actually... like, it's the same architecture, but it sort of wasn't used in the IBM machines. As far as I recall, it was the 8088. Because the 8088 has the broken out data bus, whereas the 8086 has the shared address data bus. So it's a pain in the ass to use.
We're talking ancient upon ancient upon ancient technology.
Yes, mid-70s CPU microcomputer technology.
CPU is probably stretching it that far, a little bit. It processed things, but it wasn't really central, and there was lots of, use for AutoCAD.
The 8086 was what the Z80 did better,
Okay.
if I remember right.
I don't know. 70s, early 80s. Friday Facts. Yeah, Friday Facts. We're totally on topic. All right. So,
All right, I should open it again and hopefully the computer won't crash.
Yeah, this is why we got on the topic, because you overclocked the shit out of your CPU. Don't overclock your CPU, Mojo. Or overclock it nicely. Nice.
It just happened that this particular one overclocks it takes it very well.
Uh-huh, except it
And it
randomly
doesn't-
crashes.
And it's not like modern ASUS motherboards, which light your CPU on fire.
I have no reason to overclock yet. I think mine's running stock now. It was overclocked. I don't know. Gigabyte fucked around with the BIOS so much that it could overclock and I just wouldn't have a clue.
Since in the last 2 years, there's not really been much need to because all CPUs pretty much redline now automatically.
No. I'm on a 13900K and you can get it up to 6 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, whatever the magic number is now without problem. Yeah, I don't see it have to change.
How do you not need like a 3-phase connection to power the thing?
Mojo, my PC, 3900K, with the 4090 in it, and the 4 screens, and Sassy's computer, all plug into multiple power boards, with the UPS and the NAS, and the, Steam Decks and the chargers and the mobile phones and everything into multiple power boards, which are then daisy-chained together to get you back to a single power board, to then get you to a single extension cord that's a 20-meter extension cord that runs around the room before it plugs into the wall.
I see.
Remember how every single meter of cable that you add adds resistance?
Yes.
And generally you shouldn't do it for high voltage items or high wattage items.
Yes.
And you definitely shouldn't daisy chain the power boards.
But we all do.
It's been running like this for like a year and a half now. Yeah. Turn the room into a giant electromagnet. Laughs at European 220 volt.
Laughs in Australian 230 volt. Yeah, it's 10 more volts.
Yeah.
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 Except that when they changed the standard, technically it's meant to be 230 minus 3 plus 10, and it used to be 240 plus minus 6, which means that they really just they didn't actually change anything for existing infrastructure, so most of the time it is just 240 to 250.
It's 230 to 240, and I think I'm at 2... Oh, what do you say? You say that you won't tell me, and if I press the wrong button, it's going to be the power button for the UPS. 14% load. Yeah. 241. 241 volt currently.
Yep. Because that 60-year-old transformer that feeds your entire streets, that's been there for 60 years, they're not going to change it.
Is your local fire chief aware of your setup, Jetty? Yes. No, look, I did cable manage this week, okay? So I went from a 4-way power board into an 8-way, into an 8-way, into a 4-way, to now it goes into much higher quality now. It goes into an 8-way power distribution unit. So that's for a server rack. And then into another 8-way. And then into the UPS, which is still going through an old-fashioned power board to run my PC. How you doing, Dave, man? I can move 3.6 watts of power from the socket. At 16. Why do you only have 16 amps? Si? The breakers down here are 30 amps.
You can be like me and pull 60 amps.
Hang on, it's what is it? So it's normally 6 amps for a light circuit and 10 for a... Yeah, it's 16 for a light socket and 10 for a wall socket here. And I've got 25 amps for the wall sockets. Because I put in the RCDs. Into the thingy music bob. So I'm like, yeah, 25 amps, let's go. Because the cables are rated for 30. Sure. I have 3 powered speakers, 1 is a sub, 3 times 32 monitors, all running through the same extension. With electricity too? Yeah, it is a great mod. So 4 screens, 32. I don't know, and I don't know. I don't have 27s each for the top 2. Plus Sassy's 22-ish. Both PCs. Oh, look, there's the cable management. Look, can you not see how... That's the stop button, JD. Okay. Pause button. Can you not see that daisy chaining as the ads break? Because Iceland temps are higher in South Europe, 10 amp for small comet. If you want to get 16 amp, you'd need 2.5 minimum millimeters instead of 1.5, which is normally used. Takabear, why do you know so much about about cabling? And I got 2.5. Oh no, I think I got 3.4. 3.4 mil cable for the walls. Keying my corn. Okay. Outstanding is 13 amp for plugs. Oh, 13 amp. Wow. That's odd. Did an electronic apprenticeship before I switched to IT. Oh, okay. By standard, that's what everything comes with. Okay. Wall sockets here are 10 amp standard. And the only difference between 10 amp standard and a 15 amp standard is the earth is slightly bigger, so it won't fit in a 10 amp wall socket, unless you happen to have a file nearby. If you got a file nearby, it'll fit fine. Because yes, an old UPS I had was a 15 amp, had a 15 amp cable, which wouldn't plug in. How much power do you get to your house? All of it? All of it. All of it. We got 3-phase. So what's 3-phase rated to? 120 amps? I think that's what the breakers in the house are. I don't know. Has Mojo died?
No,
No? I expect you would know this.
probably not.
House. What are the breakers on a house?
The usually, typically, but not always, 10 amp for lighting, 16 amp for power. Standard, and then you
No,
can
no,
go
no.
20
It's 5.
or-
It's 5 or 6 for the lights, and 10 amp technically for power, but normally it's a 15.
Oh, the sockets are 10 amp, but the circuit breakers are usually 16 or 20.
15.
16. Because you don't get round numbers.
Oh, they're written.
Also, I sent
round
you another
numbers.
video because I sort of tuned out. It's cat related.
Knock your cat.
It's the oldest video I can find in my folder of videos. And I say oldest I can find literally by pressing the date modified button.
Oh my god! So that's now a GIF in higher quality.
Does it
Video.
Does it preserve the date?
Probably not.
No, probably not.
Properties. Details. It's 240 by 320. So, yep, fit for a mobile. No, it has today's date.
Oh, because it's supposed to be 2003.
Video zoom original size.
Get your postage stamp on.
Yeah, that's about right. 6 a.m. is such a weird number. Okay. Yes. Wait a minute. It's been updated. It's fine. Cable management's fine. Don't question it. It is totally funny. That's now a GIF now in higher quality.
I think that's localized for here, though. That's the only difference. Whereas it's the high quality one is a US version.
So that's the cable management. That's fine. There's no wrong.
It's managed.
Nothing wrong with the cables.
It's managed.
It's managed to be under the table, mostly.
I don't have anything older because of hard drive failure.
Cable management is ugly. Oh, the cats will be ashamed that you called them ugly. Dono Does, that's not nice to the cats. It's Mama's spaghetti. It's fine. Like I said, I put in some PDUs this week. I've got to order another one because I need, for my PC, 8 plugs is not enough. So I need to have, yes.
You need to get those bifurcating IEC leads.
I have them. I have them.
The trifurcating ones, then.
I've never seen a try.
They exist.
Every single time I've seen a bifurcating one, I've held onto it. Because they're rare, and if I had to buy them, I'm willing to bet they're expensive. I think, no, Sassy's PC, I assumed had a bifurcating cable. And it was only yesterday, day before, when I was under the table plugging stuff in, that I realized it's on 2 separate cables. Because I had to plug in a monitor and a PC. And the only thing I'm going to assume is her monitor got changed, because previously it had a power adapter, would be my guess. Like, of my screens, 2 of them have power adapters. And that's probably why I'm not using bifurcating on my PC in case I upgrade monitors. And then, because that's happened in the past, I've had a bifurcating cable and then I've upgraded a monitor. And then I've just got a cable hanging off doing nothing.
They come with stupid plug packs now.
Oh, yeah. What do you need quad monitors? What do you do? Dono Does a content creator. So this is the screen. The bottom right-hand screen is the one you see. And the left screen is chat, along with the whole Twitch interface. And then the top screen is my OBS preview. So I can make sure I'm showing you guys what you're meant to be seeing. And then the top left screen is anything else. So in the case of right now, it's Mojo and the weird videos he's sending me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure for the houses ourselves, it's 120 amp breakers into the house. So as long as you don't go over a total of 120 amps in or out, you're fine. He needs to have chat on a separate monitor so he can ignore us better. Hey, that's not fair. That's not fair. I have you know, Tacky Bear, chat's on this screen so I can ignore you. And it's on this screen so I can ignore you twice.
Bonus.
Run the cable along the legs of the table. You mean the table that goes up and down? Have you tried running cables up and down the legs that go up and down that change length? That makes it very, very awkward. How you doing, Lord Freeman? I'm honored that you need to ignore me twice. I don't need to, I just do.
It means you have to try extra hard.
Yep. Yep.
So if you're wondering, which you probably weren't, the reason I had version 12 up was I was wondering, I couldn't remember if there was a shaded ghost overlay. And it turns out, no, there wasn't.
What do you mean a shaded ghost overlay?
So in the FFF, if you scroll down towards the bottom, they talk about Ghost shaders.
What have you got? What? What is Fox linking? AC Y cord 114 to 213s. Oh, okay. It's the extension and a split at the same time.
Yeah, it's a extension splitter. So you can, if you
With-
have one of those, you can split into two.
Half a meter from the female and 2 meters on the male. And cable's already 1.8 meters, so now I have a total of 5 meters almost that I need to cable manage. Fox, have you seen the cable management?
I think yes, he has. He understands fully what is.
An extra 5 meters of cable would do.
carry.
Yes, see, to fix it.
I like how, as it's going up, this dangling plug pack is also going up.
Oh, yeah, in the early version, yeah. Yeah. And can't forget the power strip. Power strip.
Oh god. It's just-
Yep. So I bought... I don't even think I have it on the screen anymore. No, that's Bolton, not Australia. Wagner Online. Express checkout. Well, that didn't load. That's mine at 10. That's done. That's done. That's done.
Might
That's
10
not-
still exists?
Yeah, it turns out they do.
I say that, and there is. I do know of where there are a few stores still, but they barely exist. Because they closed down all their superstores years ago. Now.
I bought... two of these. Thingy, 8 plugs. 8 plugs if I find desktop capture. So that's important that I can see what you guys see, so I don't leave you on the wrong scene. Where the cats go, they hadn't evolved yet. I bought 2 of these.
Rack mount.
For rack mounts. And then turns out these brackets on the side, you can unscrew them and flip them 180 degrees
Yes.
and then screw them straight together underneath the table.
Yep.
I laugh my
90
ass off as
degrees.
the speaker gets lifted. The speaker does not get lifted because the cables are too long. And I thought 2 8s would be more than enough to power everything under the table. It's not. So I need another one. But you need Velcro? I got Velcro. It's on the other side of the room. A network control power bar? No! No! Aussies have strange plugs? No, they're just unhappy with you.
They're American plugs.
They're not American plugs. They're unhappy. They've got a frowny face.
They are actually American plugs.
What do you mean American?
So the US used to use them in like the 1900s, and then they changed to their current one, and then we got all the tools and dies from them.
Oh, okay.
There's your fun fact.
They're just unhappy with you. Okay, can you not see how
They're just
unhappy they are?
recycled. so somehow the US managed to go backwards, which is hilarious.
I already said that. We use stupid plugs. Jenny, fun fact. Yep. Amazon used this trip light meter for 16 outlets, cord, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but. Yep. But, delivery to Australia. Sure, yep, doesn't exist. I would love one, but I can't get them in Australia. That's my problem.
Where I worked used to have one of those. It's like 30 outlets.
Yeah, I'd love to have a 36 outlet. All right, what's its length? It's in inches. That
meter.
doesn't help me.
How many inches?
72 and a half. So it's like 2.1 meters. That's fine.
Divide by 3.
Why would I divide by 3?
That's, yeah, that's true. Divide by 12.
Multiply by 2.5.
Or that.
So it's like 2.1 meters. That's fine. Buy 2 of them, but make a table out of it. I already have a table. That evolved. The cable management evolved over time. See? New cable management.
6 feet.
Power cord. I don't need a Y splitter cable, Fox. He's given me a new and improved Y-splitter cable. That's less long. The reason I don't have... I have them. Morning Brave. We're losing a child for the night. Only have the younger one who has the party. Relief. Love you. Don't forget to vote. Forget to vote. Okay, cool. I'll forget to vote. Hi,
Do
Sassy.
you want to know something really funny?
I
I finished voting over an hour ago.
haven't left yet. It has an LCD that tells me how many amps I'm using. Hang on. It says 20 amps, then it says 16 amp max. Did you...
Blah, 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 blah.
15 amps, 12 amp max, 20 amps, 16 amp max. What is the point of
High
having
score.
a max in there if the number goes over the max?
High score.
Okay.
See if you can get it into the 40s or 50s.
So I get the 14 outlet version for $25 shipping. Where do I donate my old unused PDUs? Depends. How big are they? The LCD helps you a lot if you mount it on the desk. Yes. Yeah, that way when the power goes out, it'll definitely tell you exactly how far you pushed it past the limit. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Universal socket.
Which does
Well, kind
not
of
fit
universal.
Australian.
No. I forget what it's... There's one... It's kind of American-like, but it has around... I think it was a round earth pin, and then
A 20 amp
one was
outlet.
rotated 90 degrees. Is it a high amp US one? I thought it was one of the Chinese ones.
Okay. High amp
Or
US socket.
Indonesia or something.
Lucky you. I need time to vote after kid's birthday party. Tetsu. I pre-voted last week. Yeah, I should have done something about it, but I didn't. Yeah, no, I have not found... How many... That's
Don't forget to
14
vote.
outlet. 14 outlet. That's $150. The 10 one is 110. And I don't have to wait 2 weeks for it to arrive.
See, that looks suspiciously like a... it's going to have US plugs.
Well, it is. It's on the Amazon US store. Cool. Spelling. Oh, fuck off. No, I'm done. Power cord. No, what? I do not want... Fox, the power splitty thing doesn't help me. I'm not going to use them. I have like 20 of them already. I'm not going to buy any more. All right. Sassy's PC could use one. And that's it. My PC can't. Bye, dear. I love you too. I have one of those tabs. Here we go. Yeah. 80 Australian. 80 Australian. 10 board. Or it has the screw holes in the right spot, so I can just mount it. I don't have to dick around with unscrewing, rescrewing. Alright. So $80 and then $10 shipping or something. So about $100. Which then covers my PC entirely. Don't forget to do the Friday facts. Never.
No,
Never.
we've got to do it another hour's time.
Hey. It all started with you overclocking the shit out of your computer and then it crashing.
Yeah, and then we continued on. And then we got distracted with your Pentium Prescott.
Balls.
Giving me a PDU selector for a US website is pointless. Pointless. How you doing, Orion Cyrus? Welcome back for 17 months, sir. This plug type. Australian. Yeah. None of that helps. None of that helps. None of that helps. Top left thingy. Advanced filter. Oh.
There, there's your easy solution.
Under the top left. The one where it says region. 37. Okay. Cool. Then where do I buy it? It's going to be the next one. Mojo. Yeah, see?
See, they come in 2 packs.
This is your stock. The problem is the quality of these
The cheapest and
cardboards
nastiest.
are so bad.
They're
So
not
bad.
good. Those things are terrible.
So bad. You know the best part? Where are we? Table lift. Table up.
They don't hold on to plugs.
Table up.
They actively
Table up.
eject them.
Table up. Table up. Oh, you can't see them. The one on the
Job.
far left and the one on the far right is 2 of these. Not in a 6 outlet, but in a 4 outlet.
I can't find it, but I did buy a 12-way one.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Far left one. And chat's hiding the other one.
Bad chat.
Um,
Yeah, I did. Not long ago, I did buy a 12-way one, and I can't find it now.
8s are pretty common. 8s are pretty common. 10s are
It's
not.
common here. 10s, you got to find it, and then 12, you really got to do some digging.
Yeah.
But they do exist.
Yeah, in standard domestic. All right. Anything over 10, you need to, yeah.
Also, in answer to the random question of highest signs per minute, I think it's 100 or 120,000 signs a minute
For
ever that I know of,
what?
without mods.
What? 120,000.
The gridlock cluster.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sort of modified a little bit, a lot.
I suppose technically that was like 30
That was
concurrent servers.
supposedly like 30 servers working together, instantly transmitting all the resources between server, 120,000. Single save. Oh, here we go. The same shitty company now has them in a 12 by.
There it is.
2,
That's the one I got.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. And it's got some fat ones to account for your power, your stupid wall warts.
That's why I got it.
Yeah. Oh, was the other one that came out? Yeah.
First one or second one?
Clusteria, both.
Because there was Clustorio and then the gridlock one, which had the trains.
There was one after that as well.
Was there? Oh, that's right. I missed out on that one.
Oh, shit. What was his name? It was one guy who did it, organised it.
Or was it separate from the other crew? From FMMO?
It was separate from him. It was one guy who organised it. He started out with just a couple of servers and it just expanded. I'll sleep whilst you start. Not a problem, Jim and Tat. Look, I know it's late for you guys. It's not my fault. There's an the architect video. Oh, does he? Okay. So yes.
Yeah, he's doing Prison Architect now, which means that he's going to have to stumble through all of the bugs and bizarreness
Of Prison Architect, yeah.
of Prison Architect.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Which
kind
is
of
another
curious to see
Paradox
how
game, is it
suffers.
not?
I mean, it's more of a side issue.
What? Paradox?
It was inherited by Paradox, but the bugs were there before Paradox.
Yeah, but Paradox bought it. Yep. I think Factorio needs to learn from Satisfactory and optimize the biggest, laggiest maps. No. What Factorio does is they go, what uses the most UPS on any map? It's an inserter. What we're going to do is we're going to make the code for an inserter so short and so simplified and still have all its complex functions that it fits inside a single CPU instruction. So the CPU never has to do 2 checks to RAM to get all the information to have the one inserter processed. And then suddenly everybody gets 50% extra UPS. That was a long time ago. There's a whole
Yes.
Friday Fact dedicated to. We made inserter instructions so compact that it fits inside this. And suddenly, Mojo prior to that had a base that was 1 red belt worth of science each
Yes.
that struggled.
I think that was used for belt optimization.
Yeah, because you done it all with belts because you're stupid. But it was, it struggled.
There was another map which had a giant ongoing forest fire that led to some optimizations as well. It was like,
Yes.
why is the game running so slow? I was like, oh yeah, there's this thing. Oh wait, half of the game time is being used by this forest fire.
Yes, there was also another map that we did where we had the wisps have a small argument with the biters, and when the biters died, they occasionally turned a forest fire, and the wisps were occasionally argue with the biters and cause the biters to die and turn into a tree, or a tree that's on fire and then start another forest fire, which we found out that even though the devs that implemented the code that you're mentioning that stopped forest fires from expanding, they may have missed a little bit, so they kept expanding, but they mostly died off, but not always.
It wasn't the expanding part, it was the graphics and everything consuming a lot of CPU time.
Oh, well, it's now fixed. Forest fires don't expand as often as they used to. And then they grabbed my save from Bite of Hell and optimized flamethrowers.
There's another save I had where the blueprint library was consuming an enormous amount of time too.
So yes, they do reach out and they do grab people's saves and they do go, what is wrong with this save? Oh, that's an issue. We'll optimize that. And JD Players, lagging Factorio since its start date here, 6 years ago. I demand 200k single SPM single server. Dino does. You get working on that right away. 988. As a
was a long time
professional
ago.
content creator, 7 years, whatever the year that is. I don't know.
Professional?
Yeah, paid. As soon as you get paid, you can say
paid.
it's a professional.
Doesn't necessarily mean professional.
It does. It's the definition. Being paid
Okay.
makes you a professional.
Okay, for tax purposes, you are professional then.
Yeah, it does not mean that you're good at it. It just means that you're paid. There's a difference. Self-proclaimed professional? No.
No. For tax purposes, you're professional.
Dictionary definition, I am paid, therefore professional. It's as simple as that. As soon as you've been paid, you can claim you're a professional at something. Like Friday Facts. I'm a professional Friday Facts reader.
Yeah, been doing it for over an hour.
Yes. So Mojo, Friday Facts. Now you got to open the PC Works. Many scroll downs. We have remote view context with the space map icon.
The space map, yes, they talk. That was the bit that I was trying to get through that I
crash?
hadn't actually read yet.
Okay, the button on the right of that.
Some kind of transmission view, presumably,
I'm going to go with circuit wire conditions between planets.
or intersurface.
Jimitar, Professional Jetty, did you disable alerts? No, I didn't disable alerts. Why? Because I'm on this scene. When I click this scene, everything's disabled, including chat. There's no chat window anymore. There's no alerts. There's no sounds. There's no nothing. It's all disabled. Here, replay that. Then go back there. Does it catch the end of it? No. Cuts out instantly. I have a dedicated Friday Facts scene now. So you know, it's even better. I guarantee you, when I start saying I'm recording the Friday Facts, I'm ignoring you guys 120%. So one on the left is definitely space platforms. One on the right, you know how we got 3 weeks ago, they mentioned the little yellow boxes that attach to things to do the circuit network?
Yeah. Yellow boxes. Oh, that's the graphic thing, yeah.
Yeah. So little yellow box and a Wi-Fi signal. I'm willing to bet that is logistics, wire logistics between planets.
Well, space exploration has transmitters and receivers already.
Yep.
So it would be related to, I imagine that would be related to circuit transmitters and receivers.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think it relates the yellow box is just the little graphic icon for connecting.
I know, but
I don't think it relates to that.
it doesn't relate on the fact that it doesn't relate, but it does relate because it's a box. Yeah?
I don't think it automatically means it's transmitting interplanetary.
Oh, I think
Planetary.
I think it is. I think that is going to be space platform, intersurface logistical signaling.
Logistimical?
Yeah. And then we have the GUIs, and then we have Ghost Shader, and then we have Ghost Warpiness, and then we have I can actually see things are actually being built by robots. Cool.
You can see clearly now?
No, we can't sing that song.
Oh, the rain hasn't gone then.
No. So, we good? We covered Friday Facts? We know what we're doing?
Not really, but we'll do it anyway.
So, Factorio is making space exploration like an official feature. Herbie Derby. Factorio is taking the original plan of Factorio in space, which was then stolen by space exploration and turned into a full-fledged mod, and then taking the ideas and the concepts that they wrote up originally that were stolen and then expanded upon, and then they're re-borrowing back and dumbing down to make it more suitable for a single player, not space exploration deep.
I don't know about dumbing down, maybe making it a little less sweaty. Sweaty tryhard.
Easier to digest.
Because I've played space exploration, it's kind of irritating.
It's got more irritating and less irritating because trains can now go in to and from space by just driving, straight into a thingy
space.
And then just turning 90 degrees and going straight up the elevator into space. So the space have new minerals. Yes, it has water. Confirmed. Unconfirmed.
Well, we did already confirm several new materials from the first one of this batch of FFFs.
Water, at least. They hired the space exploration mod maker. They did hire him, but they hired him as a concept artist. We have water now. No, we have ice. It's ice. It's not water. It's ice. It's entirely different.
Yes, even though you called it water, it's actually ice.
Well, it's in space.
Space
it's cold.
water.
It's ice. Good particular job work for you. People getting good at a particular job to work for you is the best practice at the companies. Yeah. On the planet, it's water. Yeah.
FFF 40 or something, it talks about space platforms in like 2014.
It's not, it's just solid water. It's very cold, solid water.
Water.
Herbie Debbie. The last Friday Facts, the last 5 or 6 since the updated Friday Facts started coming, are on the YouTube channel. If you want to get a full summary, recommend you go check out those videos. They're, 20 to 40 minutes long. I don't think I've let Mojo go longer than 40 minutes. I don't think I've let Mojo go longer than 40 minutes yet. But
So we started this when I did my vote, and I got back at 8:15. It's now 9:40.
I've still got to go vote. The queues are getting longer the more you ramble, right?
I'm not the one rambling.
He's getting sidetracked. I still have to eat supper? Well, look, you know what's in the Friday Facts. You just don't know all the extra things that we're going to add to the Friday Facts. Like signal wires into space.
In case anyone isn't aware, if JD doesn't vote, he gets like a $250 fine.
I think it's more than that now.
Oh, yeah, I think it is actually.
I don't know. I'd have to look up the fine from last year. Oh, maybe that was only local. Maybe it's a different fine depending on which department is demanding you vote this time.
Well, it's always the Electoral Commission.
Yeah, but are they going to have a different fine for whether it's state, federal, local, and referendum. Like, it's a government department. Are they going to have 5 different standards? The answer is obviously going to be yes, Mojo. It's a government department.
Yes, all voting here is compulsory.
Yes, I have to vote. If I don't vote, they will send me a helpful, expensive reminder to make sure I vote next time.
And then you have to explain why you didn't as well.
No, you don't have to explain why you didn't if you pay the fine. If you explain why you didn't, then you might not have to pay the fine. Which I've also done previously. Explained why I didn't vote. So I didn't have to pay the fine. All right. So, Friday Facts. Cool. Yep. All right.
Okay.
540. Sure. G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts number 380, Remote View, and I have a remote mojo with me. How you doing, mate?
You sure do. Hello, I'm pretty good.
Good.
Full of coffee.
Excellent. So, this one's going to be all about remote view, which we knew about last week because they did definitely tell us that we're going to do this week. So, Friday Facts 362, which was what? I didn't look this one up. This is when we did the update for 1.1.
Yes.
Good job, chat. Thank you, Jupiter. Cool. We get to start again.
Wrong scene.
That's all right. I get to look up ghosts. What are we referring to in ghosts? Spidertrons.
Yeah, placing Spidertrons and the clicking and dragging of the poles and crap.
Yeah, which we spoke about briefly last week. Cool. Thank you. Friday Facts. Okay, cool. Please, Mojo wasn't there, so the intro is there. All right. G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts number 380, Remote View with the wonderful Remote Mojo. How you doing, mate?
Hello, I'm very remote.
Excellent. So, this one's going to be all about Remote View, which we covered briefly last week.
10 seconds ago.
Shush. It's fine. Okay, so, a little while ago, Friday Facts 362, which is an awful long time ago, actually. 2020.
We did look at it like a week or two ago.
We did look at it like a week or two ago, but it was back in 2020.
It was 2020.
They covered a few issues they were having with ghosts, and the updates and improvements they made, like Spidertrons would get the hell out of the way when you're trying to ghost things, and fast replayers of...
So kind of the spider to move its legs for the warbot.
Oh, yes. And also the ghost power poles. That's why we covered it. So... the
power poles.
Ghost power poles not connecting to real power poles. And vice versa. That's why we covered it. Okay, it's fine. But yes, it was very important with Spidertrons in the past, and even more in the present and in the future. And with space age expansion, it's going to be more important because you do a lot more remote building because nobody wants to take a rocket home to go fix a power pole. Yeah,
I've definitely done that in space exploration.
or had one biter that walked around the laser and was just nibbling its way through everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Whilst the bot's trying to put something down and repair the thing it's nibbling on, but nobody's there to shoot it. Yeah. So yes, the goal of Remote View is in the future we should be able to do everything you can do locally, which means there is even more reason to stay in the middle of the base, press the M button, and just stand there and do everything remotely. I like this feature. So, in the current version 1.1, you can't remotely open an assembler machine to change the recipe, an inserter to set a filter, etc. But you can use the blueprint trick where you just do it right beside you and copy and paste it, and voila, it happens. Yeah.
It's annoying, but it's a way to work around.
It's a workaround. It's been there for forever,
Forever, yes. For as long as map view's been a thing.
Yeah, well, even it's used all the time for wires. If you don't carry wires on you, or you don't have wires, well, at the other side of the base, you just...
Or you run out.
Yeah.
Which is my problem.
We can't really make the thing locally and hook up the wires locally and then copy and paste it back, but sure. So they have implemented a remote opening of every entity. This was previously only possible with train stops and locomotives in 1.1, but in a train you couldn't look at the fuel container, which was weird.
It was oddly specific.
I could look at a train, I could look at what it's carrying, I could look at all its cargo, but I can't see how much fuel it's got. And what order the fuel is. Yeah, okay, whatever. So, it allows you to configure anything about the entity going forward, but obviously we can't just teleport your inventory items there. So we now have a ghost picker, which means we can pick something and put things in boxes or set limits or those sorts of things.
So you can place, well, in the case of the video just below, the
Yep,
clip
that video.
below, you can place the modules inside. You're just like, it's kind of like module inserter.
Yeah, except not click and draggable to module insert.
Yeah.
Which
I wonder if it's copy and pastable is a real question.
actually, you have a point. I wonder if you add modules and then before a bot gets there, copy it and then paste it.
Because being able to set it to one and then copy and paste it to the other would be amazing, because that's one of the things that really is missing.
Or if you copy a machine which has modules over a machine that doesn't have modules, assuming, well, even if they're sharing the same recipe or not, it should just change the recipe over. Does that mean you can now put modules in? Yeah, I really want a remote module inserter, not just a single machine, but mass machines. It's on my list of yes. Yep. So, you remotely do anything, we need to work away remote items. We need to work around for remote items. And solution is you can just click a ghost cursor in the inventory slot, make a ghost item, which will be delivered to the slot by the construction robots. Save for removal, which makes the deconstruction cross and orders robots to take it out. So in theory, it also means if you get a stuck inserter that has the wrong item in its hand for whatever reason, in theory, you can take that item out of the inserter's hand?
Yes, in theory you can. A construction bot will come along and remove it for you.
In theory, and then you're going to find out that it's one tile outside robot range.
Always.
Yep. So rotating stuff. In 1.1, you could always already remotely change the direction of entities. The problem is you can only do so by ghost rebuilding the entity, or while the R button to just rotate doesn't work, which means another inconsistency compared to local building. Internally, we'd had quite a lot of logic related to real direction and future direction, which had to be considered. A lot of places was always bringing us more and more problems. So, oh yeah, and that was the other thing. Doesn't give you nice feedback on whether the rotation is the correct direction, unless you've played the game a lot, like you have the experience to know that when you rotate it, it's definitely going to work, and you're definitely going to get a right angle on that belt. So yes, while solving yet another problem related to this, we realized that making rotation instant action might be a better way out. So you just remotely rotate whatever you want from map view.
You don't even have to shift click over it. It does the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think I have a problem with this. Also, I've noticed the miners have an entirely different icon for when they run out of resources, around the stupid little red light that you'd never see.
It's got a flashing icon. I've actually spotted that before.
That's helpful. I like that.
Yeah. Instead of just trying to spot the red dot.
Yeah, because who cares about the red dot? When the patch is empty, that's when I'll clean it up. Otherwise, I'm not going to be bothered going around searching for red dots. Okay. Opening ghosts. Once we allowed remote entity configuration, new annoying problem popped up. Locally, you might be able to you used to be able to just build a building and assembly a machine and configure it right away. But with remote building, you had to place the ghost, wait until the robots build it, and then finally be able to configure it. Surprisingly, it wasn't technically that hard to allow opening ghosts and configuring them, which is awesome. Also, the ghosts are slightly different colors, but we'll get to that. Another thing you couldn't do remotely was build spidertrons or reconfigure their equipment. You could remote build spiders, couldn't you?
No.
No!
Remote place vehicles. You can remote place trains, but you can't generally remote place vehicles like tanks and cars, that I recall.
True. Yeah, because I've never built a base that had tanks on belts being moved around.
Never mind that. Ghosting equipment items.
Yes.
That's the thing we care about. Because that's the most tedious.
Well, you'd make one and you could copy and paste it. And then the robots would empty out their inventories and refill them. So it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't the worst.
So yeah, remotely we were building spidertrons and reconfiguring their equipment. I only mentioned spidertrons, so no new hints on whether we're going to get new non-spidertrons. Yes.
I think the real point is that, as it says below, you can do it to your own armor, so you don't need to request your armor items.
Oh.
It'll just be delivered and inserted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, much more than expectation because of the quality aspects. If you're going to play with quality and you're like, oh, I want to...
Quality. it will automatically bring it, and you don't have to think.
Oh, but that means upgrading it's going to be difficult. So if you like, I have a personal Roboport Mark II, but I want a Mark II of a rare quality, I can't upgrade the item. I need to have a dedicated four slots or whatever to, please replace it. Yeah, what's your dumb
I
idea?
just had an upgrade planner over the grid.
It'll be a mod.
Guaranteed.
Ghost entities on ghost tiles. This is another very important one. Very important for platform building, so you don't need to wait for the space platform tiles to be delivered to the sky, to the skies, and then physically built to be able to place ghost entities on top of them. Even outside of this context, to be able to build ghost entities on landfill was a long time wish of ours and also a lot of players, which means building a nuclear power plant's just got so much easier.
Yes, and my rail track blueprints as well, because it has landfill underneath.
Oh, because you have to
So I
stamp
need
them
to pay
twice.
for once now, not twice.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering. So in this example, they've pasted down the assemblers and all that sort of stuff. Can then I get a decom planner that's just set for landfill and scrape it over it and remove all the excess landfill that I'm putting down?
Presumably, yes. You remove all tiles.
Well, it'd be.
Trouble is, I don't know. I don't know if it'll remove all the ghosted though. Because in theory, if you remove the ghosted tiles, it would.
Well, that's the thing. They'd have to make sure that the decom planner is smart enough to go, okay, I'm being told to remove all ghosted tiles, but then there's items or entities ghosted on top of the ghost tiles, so I can't remove those particular ghosted tiles. I need to use a stock decom planner that just removes everything. Because that way you could just landfill out a whole section, paste down a nuclear power plant in the middle of a lake, and then just decon all the bits of land you don't need for the nuclear power plant. Or walls to keep biters out. Probably.
Because currently, the decon planner, you would set it to tile ghost, which would remove tile ghosts, but I have a feeling it would remove all of them.
Do you set it for tile ghosts or just tiles? I think you set it for just tiles.
Well, the tile doesn't exist yet as a thing. And landfill sort of, it is a tile, but it isn't a tile. Because it's terrain.
Okay, I'm hoping they've thought about that. Because, yeah, I can definitely see a situation where you want to build walls up against the lake or whatever, and you just get the landfill and you just paste down a whole section, then put your wall on top, and then you want to clean up the edges so the walls don't have to protect against, like, more landmass and more biters where they're going to try and run around the edge of the wall up against the lake. You just want to have the wall extend just a little bit in the lake so that corner doesn't get hammered all the time. Which is really common if the biters are cranked all the way up to a factor of 11. Yeah.
Alternatively, you just ghost the minimally crafted landfill, because you can copy the landfill.
Yeah, I know, but then it's more fiddling.
You just got to remember to do the full copy with the GUI to get the tiles.
Yeah, it's more fiddling. I'm just hoping that if they're gonna fix things that have been on the long list of things, like being able to put down landfill and ghost stuff on top, can we consider the opposite order of effects? Like, I want to be able to ghost down and then just have the requirements for, like, when somebody decides to do space exploration C Block edition. Yeah, because that'll be a thing. Yeah. All right, deconstruction. Alt D shortcut for deconstruction planner is part of my muscle memory now, but still the consistency to be able to use the mine button to remove entities locally, but not remotely was there. This is now why you can just mine entities remotely to mark them for deconstruction. I think, who wrote this part? Because whoever wrote this part, they're playing it wrong. Why are you physically picking things up? It's Covarex. Covarex, why are you physically picking things up?
Was he playing with long reach or something? I can also see this in multiplayer ending in disaster.
Oh, I can too. I
already have a lot of right-click accidents in map view as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Accidentally, mostly with deleting ghost entities.
Well, it's right-click to move the map around, or right-click and hold to move the map around.
Yes.
And my answer is still Covarex.
Well, technically it's middle mouse, but I changed it to right mouse.
Is it middle mouse?
Or left mouse. I think it's actually left mouse.
It is left mouse. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's left mouse, because when you want to have rapid fire artillery, you got to change the remote.
Yeah, you got to change it to something else, and I changed it to right mouse to get the rapid fire artillery.
I went for map button number 3, because then I just used WASD to drag around the map anyway. But, Covarex, the answer is, why the hell are you right-clicking on things to remove them, even when they're right beside you? this is what you have a decon planner for. And that way the bots do it. And in theory, you've got power armor and your bots will do it. Otherwise, the base bots will do it. Either way, it'll get done.
That was the whole idea of the decon planner, I thought, was to do it remotely. Specifically to not, outside of remote interaction, like hand interaction, outside of reach range.
Right beside me is remote as far as I'm concerned. It's not in my inventory. Then I'm probably looking at something right beside me in map view, and I have no idea where my physical character is, because I tend to play things via remote an awful lot already. So then, remote context view. Yes. With platforms and space platforms present, we had to make a way to remotely move these other platforms. It was just natural to make new buttons on the right side so we can access these places, which means somebody out there is having a tantrum right now because there was room for 6 buttons on that right-hand side, and now there's 9 buttons. Somebody's having a tantrum.
Empty space for 3.
Yep. Like, do we really need the button for boosts? Do people know that this is the button for boosts and upgrades? Do people realize this? And I had no idea what the first button was. I had to actually go look it up.
Blueprints?
Yeah, I had to look it up. That's for the blueprint book. I had no idea.
The funny thing is, I don't remember what the second one is.
I think that's production stats.
Oh, that's production.
It's either that or power stats, but I'm pretty sure it's production stats. Which means there's a button missing for power stats. So maybe they need to have another button added.
Power, you got to click on the relevant power network, so there won't be a global button for it.
Yeah, but maybe there should be a global button for all of power, and then you have a drop-down list for all the different power networks. Because that would definitely...
You mean like the logistics button?
Like the logistics button for all the different logistics networks, because that would probably help things if you accidentally have a disconnect in your network and you don't know where, and especially now where you've got multiple planets on multiple surfaces, you know, it could really benefit with the whole increased logistical problems. So that just invented
the
a button to fill one of the
doesn't
slots.
actually exist too. You got to press L for that one.
Oh, we filled 2 slots.
There you go. I mean, you could delete one as well, get rid of tips and tricks.
Oh, I think you need to have that. Like, it needs to exist somewhere. Maybe at the very end where you're never going to see it.
Very end with the train. I suppose how supposed.
Hang on.
I haven't used the train one since.
Is that
version
tips
14.
and tricks or is that research?
The learning board button, whatever it is.
Yeah, the diploma cap thing. Yep.
That's tips and tricks.
You sure it's not research?
Yeah.
Okay, I got no idea. I haven't clicked on it. Because it says press T to start a new research right above it. Yep.
Yeah, there's no dedicated research button.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've just filled all 3 slots. Problem solved. So.
There you go.
Yeah, bonuses, upgrades. Yep. So we already have the space platform. There's going to be a button on the left. We now have the space map, and there's the new unknown button on the right, which I am thinking it's going to be logistics, wire logistics, or a circuit network logistics button for doing inter-surface logistics.
Yeah, that's so. In space exploration, there is the
mod
circuit receiver and the circuit.
Hang on,
yeah, the mod.
The mod, not the
mod.
official DLC
The official
expansion
one.
coming out soon. TM,
Which is called Space Age.
Yeah.
The official one.
Yeah.
This is the mod, Space Exploration. It
Yeah.
has a circuit transmitter and a circuit receiver.
big satellite
And
dish.
they transmit, and they look like a satellite dishes and like a big observatory thing.
Yep.
And they transmit and receive circuits, signals between platforms, planets, and I don't know, actually I haven't tried it between actual systems.
Yeah, it works. It works any distance you want.
It works.
Yep. So, my money is that's what the new button is. Along with a button for logistics, a button for power networks, and what did we say the other button was going to be? Button for research. Dedicated button for research.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get rid of tips and tricks.
No, because then they'll have a gap again. All right.
Wait.
Yeah, which leads to a new GUI where you can see preview of different places. Have a way to jump through the new view button. So this will let you go to different maps, being Narvis and the red one. And the one that looks like Australia is covered in bugs. And then the Mars one. And then the moon one. And then there's for some reason, there's a Computron there. I don't know.
For some reason, there's a Compatron. I wonder if that's the tech world. It's either a tech world or a platform.
Yeah, or maybe it's the robotic aliens are going to take over. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Connections.
Yes. So one of them. Yes, that was important. Yes. So we only have Narvis only connects to 3 different planets, and contains resources and biters. Good to know.
It contains worms.
Worms and nests, along with trees and wood. Yeah.
Does that mean it'll show different types of biter spawners? So we'll get completely different styles of enemies.
Yes.
That's sort of the implication.
Yes. Also has a day-night cycle, so 7 minutes. So people that ask how long a day is in Factorio, you'll actually have an answer without having to look it up on the wiki. The gravity, which is going to be important for launching rockets, I assume. The magnetic field, which is an odd one to add, but I'm willing to bet interference, asteroids. It has a lot of different implementations. Yes. The pressure, again, why pressure?
These might be rocket-related statistics. So gravity would affect how much fuel you need to launch into space. Pressure potentially is life support-related stuff.
Oh, that's a good point.
Solar, space exploration makes use of that.
I thought that was great. You get 10 kilowatts per...
Sort of self-evident.
Yeah, and then 15 in space. So, 50% extra power in space, which I actually thought would be way higher. But yeah, keep going. And the evolution factor of how bad the biters are going to get, how quickly. Yeah. But you have to pick your planet, and after you pick your planet, click the view button again to go and actually view the planet, which was a bit of a pain in the butt. So they decided to change things up. And the solution was to integrate everything together. Whenever you open the remote view, the map, it always shows the platform, planet/platform selection on the left. So your map. Wall supply, something reload. Fruits bar. It looks like stone, but it's not. This one? That's aluminium. My money's on aluminium.
Or whatever that that metal is from...
actually, is there 2 of them?
Yeah, there's 2 of them down the bottom. I forget what it's called in Minecraft, all the mod packs use.
Bauxite?
No, it's something completely distinct, and it's really annoying. And you end up with lots of it, and it's annoying, as I say. You also have the new science packs.
Cherry's doing a first playthrough of Factorio Animal High Gun to give friendship pellets to the neighbors. Oh, you've been hired to say hi to the friends. Yes.
The one thing I didn't spot, on the bottom left, there's a train stop for quality modules.
I saw that just now. Yeah. That's a lot of quality modules.
It's the right number of quality modules. In fact, it's probably still wrong, because it's not enough. And now that I've zoomed in, I've also noticed that there's a 2-pip quality blueprint.
Huh?
In the... And a 3-pip quality thingy inserter.
Yeah. So yeah, I missed the Oz. Okay. No, I looked at the Oz on the planet, but I didn't actually look at the train station names. But there's definitely a Prizit Bua. What's Prizit Bua in translated?
Right, actually.
What's this in translation, please? P-R-U-I-Z-B-O-U-R. Okay, translation, please.
You're right, there is a different coloured cliff in the decon planner.
What? Oh, shit. Cliffs that cannot be blown up with nuclear weapons. Cool. 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 Also new building. Race train.
Yeah, well, that's the new
Race
track.
train.
Oh, but there
Race
is
train.
also the one above the inserter.
That's a beacon. Okay, so the original anus beacon, this is the reverse of the anus beacon. This is what you insert into the anus beacon to plug it up. All right. We'll see if Energy can do some zooming on the video.
Zoom and enhance, please.
I can do it as zoom and enhance. That's not hard. Okay, it's doing the zoom and the enhance on a video
And
where the
remembering.
image might be moving, and also, you know how you do that like fade.
You know, you can just put a layer on top
I put a video layer on top of video layer. I know I can do that.
and just put a static image there, and then zoom the static image.
Yes, I
And then
could,
put a
but that's
big
not nearly as
rectangle.
fancy.
Is zooming and enhancing the actual video, and then using one of the image stabilization or motion tracking things.
Yeah. Where is video out? Captive Industry. Let's play. That one, I assume. Welcome back to Captive Industry. This is not going to show me a preview. Oh, there it is. I'm on video player. Yep. Okay, so it's multi-layers. It's a static image, so I don't have to worry about having to track it. But yeah, it's multi-layers. I do multi-layers all the time. But no, I was thinking the one where you darken the outside of the image, so you get a nice circle that's at full brightness. You know what I'm talking about, Major?
Not really.
To draw attention to something, you'll leave that thing in a circle at full brightness, and then you'll take the rest of the image and then darken it by 10%.
Oh, so you're sort of dimming it.
Yeah. Google translate, please. I want to know what a Pritzbauer is. P-R-U-I-Z-B-O-U-R. That doesn't translate. O rather than U? Baba. Yeah, that's not Baba. It's not Arabic.
It might be Polish, technically.
I don't know, and this is why I thought with a bunch of Europeans here I'd have it some hope. Chatty, Chatty Charlotte, need to look? Not a problem. I need to look at bailing somewhat soon myself, so I can go and vote, so I get a fine. It keeps detecting not. It keeps detecting English, or Arabic, or French. No. Maybe it's an N on the end. Prasvon from Greek. Yeah.
It seems potentially a little off.
Luxembourg English is bean. Boar is bean.
Bean.
Is Luxembourgish actually a language? Or is this like Jinglish?
Is Luxembourg a country?
Yeah.
That's the question.
But it's Luxembourgish. Just like we say Jinglish. Okay? There is no such language as Jinglish, but when I tell you the manual's written in Jinglish, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Mojo.
Yes.
Ever done a video together? I pay good money to watch them play an annoying challenge together. Herpy Derpy? No. No, we've never done a video together. We also have very, very different styles. Okay?
Yes.
He is doing a very, very long playthrough where I think he's only recording split the sections that he needs, and this way he keeps forgetting to hit the record during very, very long playthroughs. So, yes, and then editing the crap out of it. Which I have no interest in doing. I'd have a better chance of doing something English, yeah. I'd have a better chance of doing something with Troopin, because Troopin does do longer playthroughs, which then he cuts down. Prusenborn is They Suffocate. It could be Prusenborn. Punzenborn? Punzenborn? P-N-U-I-Z-B-O-U-R? Oh no, B-O-U-N? There's a quality module 2 station as well. They suffocate equals oxygen supply? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this train is weird ore resupply? Weird new ore? But this is Narvis. Why does Narvis not have oxygen on it anymore? Did we permanently eradicate the bios?
Oxygen from Nervous out somewhere.
I like the idea of permanently eradicating the bios. One-sided train refuel. Okay. I wonder what all the depots are just called depots. Mojo.
Yes.
You can, with train limits, set up. Go to iron ore, bring iron ore go to iron ore, drop it at iron smelting. Go to depot and repeat that for copper, can't you?
Yeah, you could do that.
That means everything's always going back to the depot at some stage.
Yes. So the way I use train stop limits is I have either one or multiple holding points for them so they can wait their turn unloading.
Yeah, but you do that at smelting. You wouldn't do that at a separate train station halfway across the map in a centralized location.
Yeah, I've done that. So for one of my maps, all of the ores are all on one big main track going out of the base area, or the base...
So you had two separate train networks?
Kinda, but also kinda not. Because that base, it was smelting on patch. So it was bringing plates, iron plate, copper plate, into the base to go to the different sites.
So you'd stop at depot first, and
so
then
it'd stop on the incoming depot to find a destination to go to.
Yeah.
And then it would go to its destination, red circuits, green circuits, whatever. And then would do that, and then would come to the outbound depot again.
Yeah.
And it was, and it's like 10 or 12 tracks wide or something.
I'm just wondering if there's... So LTN doesn't have a reason to exist anymore.
That hasn't for a while.
Unless you want to have 30 trains that move 60 different items. And just seeing depot here, I'm wondering if they've made that next step where you can just have a train and a train's job is to move things.
The selling feature of LTN is that any train can do anything. The problem with LTN is that any train can do anything.
Which is fine, provided they're fully unloaded every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a way of dealing with the network inefficiency of bringing them all back to a central depot.
Well, this is what we've got here, and that's why I was curious.
Because that was Thingy, the train supply manager. That was the whole point of that. Train supply manager is basically what I do with.
Which you get down to train limits. Yep.
And the reason why it was made is because LTN is very inefficient. What's his name? Lord Couture. Yeah, he did actually have the numbers at one point of how much efficiency loss, like how many more trains you need to do the same work.
Yeah. It's
because of the slowdown.
It's an awful lot.
Yeah, it's exponential. The bigger you go.
So I think that's the only thing we missed. They didn't show us any details in these.
I mean, I didn't really consider much with the trains going to the depot thing. That's what I do already.
No, I'm talking about the ores.
Oh, the ores, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I looked at all the inventory windows. I didn't look at the toolbars, I admit. I mean,
outside of spotting it, there's not really much to go by.
No,
that's the only thing with citing those things is that, like, yeah, there's a new icon, new cliff icon.
There's always the chance, because I open it. No, not this one. Old. One of the images was called old. And I'm like, hang on. If it's called old, because it's happened before, where they've accidentally leaked something, and you go look at an image, and it's got a /old/new/1 on the end. So I'm like, and they don't leave they don't take the old images down. They just leave them on the server. I'm like, okay, well, let's go and look. And no. Old and new was to go from that one to that one.
So you can just type in the exact URL of the picture to get the previous image.
Yeah.
Or something, whatever secrets.
Yeah. And sometimes they embed different images. Blog.
I wonder how much of that is an accidentally on purpose thing.
This one, the animated one. If you click for a static version, you get a different image entirely. Well, it's still got the same base items, but both engines are fully blasting. It's taken an exact second with all the arms out at the same time. It's timed. It's a timed image with extra stuff going on. And all 3 chemical plants are running at the same time, which I don't think in the video. Yeah, no, in the video they do all 3 run at the same time. Actually, has that video changed?
Yeah, running.
That video's changed. No.
No, I don't think so.
26 seconds compared to show controls. 26 seconds. I think it's changed. Because I remember having to pause it to get all 3 chem plants running. Yo, I just watched the Nick Air 30 vid. Why you? What? Liz AP. Try again with English. Yes. You can find train routes and assign the trains to those routes. What if something like that's going to happen? The trains going to be automatically assigned. Yeah, I want to have a situation where I can assign 10 trains to do this route. And then if I need to make it 11 trains, I just make an 11th train and I add it to that route. And if that route includes going to Iron 1, Iron 2, Iron 3, Iron 5, and then I add an Iron 6, I want to be able to add an Iron 6 to that train route. And all those trains instantly get updated.
Trade routes would be something that would solve a problem that I'm currently facing with what to do with my Mega Base train system. Original one. Because that's the one with the circuit controlled, basically circuit controlled LTN.
Delete it?
TSM, actually.
Delete it?
I don't want to delete it. It took like 6 months to build.
Yep, but it's so far out of date that yep.
Took forever to set up because I had to manually set up each outpost train. You know, there's copper 1 through to copper 20, and then iron 1 through to iron 20, and
Liz, that's less English.
lots of consonants.
That's less English. I had Google Translate up a minute ago. You're too late. Perfect English. That is. Are you okay? Are you having a seizure? Are you having a seizure on the keyboard? Do we need to call somebody? Yep. Update coming soon. Definitely having a seizure on the keyboard. Help is on the way. I don't know where you are, so it's probably not going to get there in time. But we can all hope. In fact, yeah, the one with the putting in the ghost modules, because productivity modules are there along with the other modules. Therefore, I would assume quality modules will be in the same tab. Yeah, it's a modified video from a build that obviously doesn't have quality. They've turned off the mod option. Show all controls. Show me earlier in the video. Yeah, no new weapons, no nothing. Okay. My bad. Is cat off the keyboard? Seizure's over? Either or. That's my little brother. I have a solution for that. Although he got bigger. So obviously the hole I dug in the backyard was not big enough.
Whatever. It's got way too many...
Exactly, Mike. I agree. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna have to raid somebody, because I need to go vote. Otherwise, I get a reminder in the mail that I didn't vote, which is expensive.
Reminder.
Yep, expensive reminder. There'll be Friday Facts going out later today. Probably as soon as I've got my reminder. Also, I need to get food. And StoneSub has all the commands. Dump one of those chat. I postal voted. I was not that smart. I had a shit week. Explains why all the videos didn't go out this week. It was busy. But yes, please tell Mike I said g'day, mate. He is playing Bayanodons, which has nothing to do with Factorio Space Exploration. Or Space Age. Or any space stuff. But...
Only suffering. That's the only thing in common.
Oh yeah, much suffering. Yep, so go tell him I said g'day, mate. I will see everybody back tomorrow for C-Bus. I believe C-Bus is tomorrow. Or we full go C-Bus and we look at demos, because there's a lot of demos I want to look at. Yeah, Next Fest is on, and there's about 8 games that I want to have a squiz at. Yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Either way, I'm going to bow. Thank you for joining me. Go say hi to Mike for me, and don't forget, check out the Friday Facts video later, where I do the zoom in the hands, if I can be bothered, because it takes ages. Demo HD, Demolition JD. Sure. We could do HD demos. Demolition JD, no, we're not doing any explosives. Not unless Muppet does the mod with zombie biters, at which point I might turn on integration. We might have a fire cell. Anyway, either way, I'm out. Thanks for joining me. Bye.